We're talking about how to calculate residuals. We talked about doing it from a graph as well as from the equation, so let's get started. If we're taking a look at this first point at 2,8, that's this point right here. Again, because it is a data point that we have, this is observed data. That's not how you spell observed. Let's try that again. Observed data, whereas our line is predicted. So predicted on the line from the graph or from our equation for the line of best fit down here. So if we're looking at this data point, it says for 2 hamburgers ordered, we should expect 8, or not should expect, we got 8 orders of fries. The question is, what did we predict? So we can look at the graph because we're looking at the same x value, 2 hamburgers ordered. We're going to see what is the vertical distance difference between these 2 points. So if I'm going from 8 down to 4, so we'd go from 8 minus 4 because we have observed minus predicted, we would get a residual of 4, which means that we have 4 more orders of fries than predicted when purchasing, or when 2 hamburgers are ordered. Let's change that up and around. When 2 hamburgers are ordered. And again, we found that by taking the difference in the y values. We had the 0.28 here, and we had the 0.24 here. So we're looking, how do I get from 8 to 4? And that is by subtracting 4. We dropped 4. Okay. Again, our residual being positive makes sense because we are above the line of best fit. The same thing would have happened if we would have used the equation. So if we use the equation, we knew our x value was 2. So our predicted value should be a little hat over this y. That means that we're going to be predicting using a line of best fit. So we have 0.5 times our x value of 2 plus 3. So our predicted value, half of 2 is 1 plus 3 is 4. So we would predict 4 orders of fries. And we know we actually had 8, so that's why we have a residual of positive 4. So all of these will work the same way. I'll do one more, and then we can talk about where we're going to go from here. So let me kind of just clear all this. Clear the page. Okay. So if we take a look at the next point that we have here, 4,3, that's this point right here. So we're looking to predict, or to see what our prediction is. And we can see that this point is below our line of best fit, so we should expect a negative residual. And we're going to be able to verify that because this point right here is going to be at 4, 5. And if you're wondering how we are getting that, we're looking at, we have 4 for this point. Let me get a highlighter out here. We have 4 right here, so we're going to follow that up. So that's 4. And then we're going to follow over, and we can see that it's at 5, which is how I know it's 4, 5. So looking at the point 4, 3 and our point 4, 5, we have this is observed. This is predicted. So we're going to take our observed minus our predicted, and we will get negative 2. So residual means we have 2 less orders of fries than predicted when ordering for hamburgers. So again, if you're wondering how do I know what the 2 represents, the 2 here, this -2, is talking about the change in y, and y is our fries ordered, which is why we have 2 less. That's the -2 orders of fries. So that's how you can use the graph, the labels, to help determine how to explain this. If you're doing this in a context where you don't have the graph, you're going to have to make sure that you read the story that goes along with it. So again, looking at, we could do the same thing using our equation. So if we knew our x value was 4, because that's what we're looking at here, so to try to find the predicted value, we'd have half of 4 plus 3. Half of 4 is 2 plus 3 is 5. So our y hat value would be 5, which is why we have this as 5. So observed, which was 3 minus our predicted, which was 5, gives us -2. So again, as you're working through these problems, there are 3 more over here that you can check. Try to practice it both with the graph and without the graph. So we will continue working with residuals and what their meanings are as we continue finishing up our stats.